Hey guys, John V here from PhoneArena. Right now I'm taking a hands-on look at the Moto X from Motorola. It was just announced and I have it here in the flesh. This is a final retail unit, specifically the AT&T version of the Moto X. And I'm just going to go really quick into what I like about it in this first hands-on look. Now, it pretty much, if you're familiar with the Droid series that was announced last week, in terms of the hardware, this handset is almost identical. Take a look at it the first time. The thing that we notice about the Moto X is its design. It is, for something packing a 4.7-inch display, we're pretty impressed that it is fairly pocketable, very easy in the hand, ergonomically designed to fit in the hand comfortably, and that's due to the curve in the back there. You could see how it kind of curves, so it just makes for a more comfortable grip compared to some other devices that have a little bit more hard lines around their designs. Now, the choice of materials that they decided to go with here is just the composite material. It's more plasticky, almost like a rubbery finish. And the beauty about the Moto X is that there's a lot of personalization you can go with into creating your device. So this is basically the base configuration. So it's a composite material. Online through the Moto Maker portal, where you could actually personalize this device. You could change the color, change the pattern, and down there they'll even have some wood grained versions as well to give it a very appealing look. And you can even customize certain elements such as different accents, so you can have a different color accent all around the camera, the button trims, and all that. And you can have an etching in the back saying something. So there's a lot of personalization, and that's what Motorola is trying to do with this device. So very pocketable, features a 4.7-inch 720p AMOLED display, so it's nothing really cutting edge. Again, just like the Droid Razr that we saw last week. And you know, it uses the usual RGB matrix arrangement, so it's super sharp, it's nice and stellar. And being AMOLED, you could see just how great the viewing angles are, and has that nice showroom wow factor with its saturated colors. It's bright, crisp, and vivid. And even though it's 720p, it's still very an attractive looking thing. Now, around the sides of the handset, the left-hand side is only home to the nano SIM slot, which is right here. Everything else is pretty much clean. It's a little bit, it's pretty much flush, everything. The bottom is home to the micro USB port, so you could charge and also get data connectivity. On the right side, you have its physical buttons. You have the dedicated power button, the volume control. They're a little bit on the thin side, but they're raised, and they have a really nice responsive feedback when you press them down, so that's great. On the bottom, on the front of the display here, you have the microphone only here. Of course, the Android capacitive buttons are all built into the interface, seeing that it looks like a mostly stock Android experience. And up top, it looks like you just have the earpiece and the front-facing camera. I believe it's a 2-megapixel front-facing camera and does shoot HD video, so you have that. And in the rear, it looks like you have your rear camera, of course. It is actually a 10-megapixel clear pixel camera, so it's a little bit something proprietary they've developed for this handset. And again, same thing like the Droid Razr, the Droid devices from last week. And the back, mostly clean finish. You could see the pattern design, very attractive, rubbery feeling. You know, it doesn't have as an aggressive design style as the Droids. But it still has a pretty appealing edge to it, more on the humble and modest side. Nothing really out of the ordinary with this device. And overall, it's just, again, just the compact form factor of the device that really stands out. Very lightweight, and for a device packing a 4.7-inch display, we're pretty happy with the build quality and the size, even though it is a composite plasticky type material. Now, under the hood, it's utilizing the same hardware that we found with the Droids last week, the Motorola X8 mobile computing system. So essentially, it's a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro processor, dual-core 1.7 gigahertz, and what happens with that is it has other cores for different things, the natural language processor and also a contextual computing processor. So that's all integrated with the touchless controls and some of the other aspects of the software. You can see it runs very smoothly, very snappy, even though it's not the most cutting-edge hardware. You could take a look at other operations, pretty much effortless in terms of the performance here. Let's see if we can load up our website. Let's go back here. Let's see if we can go to our website real quick. And it does feature 4G LTE connectivity with AT&T, and of course, most likely with the other carrier versions as well. And you can see how fast it's able to load up our website here. And it's very smooth, responsive, so that's that. And some other things notable about the handset. It does feature 16 gigabytes of internal storage. Unfortunately, there is no expandability with this one. It'd been nice to see that, but there's going to be an option for the 32 gigabyte version if you want. It's running, I think, Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. Let's verify that really quick here so we can see. And yeah, Android 4.2.2, so not 4.3, but hey, it's still fairly up to date. And let's see what else we talk about. The specific software enhancements that make this device very attractive is just the touchless control. So basically, it's always constantly listening to what you say. So when you say the key phrase Google Now, hey Google Now, you'll be able to actually activate this service with it. So you could actually do, you could make a phone call, you could send text messages, stuff like you normally would through Google Now, but instead of having you to actually run the application, the service, you could just activate it by just saying those words. Another thing is just the active display, like on the droids last week. So basically, if you have it, now it's a little bit different concept. If it's flat down, and if you turn it over, it's going to show you some notifications just like that. And after a while, it's going to sleep or disappear, and every now and then it's going to come back up. With the droids, you have to just nudge it, and automatically will come up with those notifications if you want. And the other part about it is just like the personalization. It's assembled in Fort Worth, Texas. So it's not really entirely made in the USA, it's assembled in the USA. And what you could do from there is just get a bunch of different personalized experience. You could actually create your device from scratch, from the paint job, the color scheme, choice of materials. You can even get headphones, Soul headphones that match the color scheme of your handset. And even have that personalized message when you boot up the handset and have something etched into the back as well. So this is a quick hands-on look at the Moto X, guys. It's going to be coming to all 4 major wireless carriers, including US Cellular. They said the on-contract price point is going to be $200. There's going to be Google Play Edition sometime down the road. No word yet on that availability, nor did we hear anything about outright pricing. So if you want to learn more about the Moto X from Motorola, guys, you can check out our website, PhoneArena.com. It's John V. Thanks for watching.